Hello everyone, I wanted to come here and make a video about how to use human design for team building or for teams as a business. It doesn't have to be a team that works just on a specific business, but different teams working together in synchronism, which is what's happening nowadays as we are moving from a hierarchy to something called heterarchy, where different teams interact together and we're losing this corporate ladder where everyone is working for the same brand, for the same business. So we have different teams kind of working together, and one team works for different teams and so on. And I think it's very important that nowadays we start understanding human design, and that's why I'm making this video, because I think that we are using human design on a limited way. I think we have to expand our capacity to use human design, and of course that will take time. As soon as more people are getting in tune with their human design, then we can expand. But of course I'm a 6'2" and I'm the visionary here, and I think human design is a great tool, not just for self-development and finding your purpose, finding who you are, but it's actually a great way to see the energetics in people and also see that on teams. Actually, human design is not just here for you to know yourself and isolate yourself and do your business yourself. I think we have to get this collective way of thinking that's actually our evolution genetically, is getting from the tribal, the family to a collective understanding of everything. We're connected to everything, right? And living this tribal sense to a collective sense. And actually in the period 9 that we're living right now until 2044, we actually need to start working with teams. Actually, we're also on the era of Aquarius. It's all about collaboration. We see it on social media, on the creative industry, and how we are sharing everything we know, as I'm doing in this video, and we're sharing with the world. So we're getting this collective understanding, and I think human design can help us on understanding the teams, right? And this is something that I encountered very organically, because now I'm with my brand, and we're working with an agency, and we're working with different people, right? I'm also doing my business, not only myself, but I'm doing it with my wife, right? So there you go. You have already 2 people working, and how they organize the tasks, for example, or what does she do, what I do, what does the agency do. So of course, I know my human design. My wife knows about human design. We were former practitioners, so we really take it seriously and we apply it. But of course, when I work with the agency, the marketing agency, I see how everything is a little bit, I want to say distorted, but I want to use the word distorted. So that's why I want to make this video. It's a long introduction, but you get a little bit of context on how can we go about team building, right? So this is the first thing that I want to cover. So we have the 5 types, of course, and I think the projector should be the one that should be kind of the leader position, right? I don't care if you are the one that created the business, and I don't care if you're the leader, I don't care. But the human design type that is meant to guide the energy of the team and of the business is the projector. So that's what I do with my wife. My wife takes control over where to go. Of course, I can make ideas, I can give ideas, but I really like her intuition and her sense of the energies and the way she guides the process. So for me, the projector should be the core position on the team. Of course, there we can go with the reflector, right? The reflector is a very rare type, and it's usually rare that there's a reflector on the team. But maybe you're watching this video and you are a reflector, or you have someone in the team that is a reflector, or you know someone that is a reflector. I think the reflector would take also this position of the projector, but I think the reflector should be in a position where it can reflect how the energy of the business is going. And I think this person can do it every month. So I would see the reflector, not as someone that is doing tasks, which yes, I don't think that A reflector shouldn't do anything and shouldn't work as a generator, but I think it can do small tasks. But really, the value of the reflector on the team is basically filling throughout all these 28 days. What's the energy? How is the business doing? And giving back that feedback to the team, right? I think that's the position of the reflector, really in tuning with the energy of the team and reflecting back what he or she is sensing, is feeling, how the business is doing. I think the difference with the projector here is the projector is here more as a project manager, not only as a business overall, how we are doing, which also can have that sense. But I think the projector is more taking the different members of the team and saying, okay, you should do this, you should do that, because the projector is meant to understand the energy of the different sacred beings. And not only sacred beings, it can also be other projectors, other manifestors. That's why I think projectors should be the ones that are the project managers. So if you have a project manager, actually the project manager, what's projector? So I really like seeing the agency that I'm working with, and there's a new position for the project manager, and there's a projector on the team, but the projector is working as a generator, or as a, I would say more as a manifesting generator, and she's doing a lot of things, and she's having all these calls and doing so many things. And of course, when I see this, I already see that this is not the aligned energy for her. It's not gonna be healthy for her in the long run. Of course, she can do that, but she's gonna run out of energy, right? Because a projector is not meant to do that. So I think we should honor the projector. I don't say that that projector should be the project manager, but I do think that if we want a projector, a managing position on the business, better to find a projector, because they're actually good at that. They're not actually that good at doing things. That is actually the work of a generator, okay? So project management is for projectors. And that's the difference between projectors and reflectors, right? Reflectors are not here to understand people and guide their energy. Reflectors are here to sense the overall energy of the business and then reflect back what's missing, what we should be working on. And that's the difference, because projectors are more for guiding the energy of the generators, the manifesting generators. Okay, I think that would be the position. That's what I do with my wife. I really give her the role of the person that is deciding, for example, what products to launch, what are we gonna do next. Also the pricing, I let her feel the pricing. And me, of course, that doesn't mean that I'm not taking decisions. I'm giving ideas, I'm saying to her, I'm asking her questions. Projectors really like to be asked questions. So I really ask her questions. Hey, have you considered this? Have you considered that? But I really trust her criteria and trust that the projector will know what to do best. Me, let's go to manifesting generators and generators. I think there's a big difference between them. I'm a manifesting generator, so I'm doing a lot of things. I'm on the back end, with the domains and the different, creating custom links with CNAMEs and DNS organization. I am creating a business number. I am contacting the team members. I am recording videos. I am talking to the assistant. I am, creating the technology, and I use Google Workspace. So I have different tabs. I have the organization. Like, I'm doing everything and nothing, right? And I'm doing this task and this task. And I really like it because it's never always the same. I can be on social media. I can be on this, on that. Of course, we gotta get more deep into what is your specific human design graphic, also with the jinkies, and you will understand also what's your vocation. For example, for me, I have a line 4 on my Mars in my design, which means I'm here to sell, right? So what is really good for me is to sell things to other people. As you can see on this YouTube video, I'm all the time talking about the things that I use, and for sure you want to buy those things. It comes very natural for me to sell. So really my genius is to be talking to people, right? Of course, for now, I have a small team. It's just me and my wife, a marketing agency, and an assistant, right? So there's not so much people. So of course, I have to do different tasks that maybe are not the ones that I will be doing in the future, as I will be delegating. And I will be more focused on selling, on meeting people, or going to events and promoting my business. That's my genius, right? So you have to find your genius. And Gene Keys and Human Design give you a lot of advice on that. So manifesting generators are people that have to be doing stuff, and also giving them this freedom to be jumping into different things. So I have a lot of tabs, and I have different things that I can do. This is great for a manifesting generator because he can just go and do whatever he feels he wants to do on a specific day, keeping of course the different objectives and milestones of the team. So the generator is very different from this because the generator is more about specific tasks. For example, if I want someone on the social media, and just on the social media, I'll take a generator that really loves social media, really loves to have this creative side, and then I'll just leave that generator to do just that. Or there's a generator that really likes to take nurture of the newsletter. Or there's a generator that really likes to be on the back end. Or there's a generator that really likes to, I don't know. So the generator is more not being this multitasker like the manifesting generator. I think the generator has the position of doing a specific task or a specific kind of tasks that are really focused on one area of the business, that they really love doing that, and that they should kind of just focus on that. Okay, so you see the difference between manifesting generators and generators. If you put a manifesting generator to do just one task, he'll die because he will be very frustrated and he has not this ability to jump between projects. The generator actually really thrives on just one task, on just one section of the business, right? So it's about finding the person right for that section. The mistake here is to take any generator and put him to do just one thing. You need really to attract, and I think you have to do this on a very feminine way. So for team building, it's not just like, I'm gonna find a projector. I think if you really need a projector, or it's written on your destiny that you need a projector, right, and a projector will be working for you, you will attract the projector organically. I mean, you don't have to be that masculine. I don't like that way of living. I'm not this manifesting person of this has to be this way, but I really think this is the ideal context. And if we have this mindset and we have this understanding of human design on the team building, then we can attract that, right? First comes the structure, and then the energy can flow. So let's talk about now manifestors. So that's the last type. I think manifestors are a rare thing on the business, because what I found, the manifestors are employees and working as generators and working for someone else, or they're actually entrepreneurs, but they don't know how to work in teams. So manifestors, I've done readings to manifestors, and manifestors are kind of isolated and alone. They don't know how to work in teams because they want to do everything themselves. I think that comes with an issue of communication, which is actually the strategy is to inform. I think manifestors just want to do their way, but they don't trust others. And I think manifestors, it's very important when we have a manifestor as an employee. I don't think that a manifestor cannot be an employee. I think for manifestors, what I would say is that a manifestor can be an employee. I actually will make another video on manifestors because my nanny is a manifestor and I know really well how to organize her with the tasks. Yes, it can be an employee, but it can have all the freedom she wants, in the sense that she can decide how to schedule her day, how to do the things. Yes, it's important to have some objectives, some milestones, some KPIs, I think that's called in English, but leave her a lot of peace and a lot of freedom to do what she wants to do or what he wants to do, right? But manifestors, I think, are really meant to be the ones that are actually the founders, right? Yes, there's any type can be a founder, but I think manifestors are really here to manifest something new. Like for example, Raoul was the founder of Human Design. He was a manifestor, a 5-1 manifestors. He was here to initiate something new. And I think manifestors should be having that role. What do we want to initiate and make something new and really nurture that energy? Yes, they can be employees, but maybe as employees, they can have these amazing ideas of where to go, where to initiate another thing, and also give them that position, that role. So I don't want to make the video longer, but there you have the different human design types, how to use them on the different roles. And if you want another video about this, is something I'm very excited about to share more, because I don't see many people talking about this in this way. I think we use human design really just about individuality and how to know ourselves better and so on. And I think we should be using them also for team building, because actually human design is here to help us understand our role in the community. So understanding the different types, then we can organize ourselves better. So if you have any question, you have an example of your team, I would really take that example and make a video of that. So don't hesitate to put it on the comments. So see you on we have this series of human design, so you can learn different things about human design, more as not as a learning experience, but more as an observations of a 6-2, that I'm a 6-2, so I observe, right? And I then share here. So thank you, and see you on the next videos.